trust me, it's okay. So let the toxic people go. Your peace within is more priceless than a pearl. You got to be happy, cause life's just way too short. Don't stress the little things, they will only waste your time. Just take it easy, easy like a nursery rhyme. And I'm singing, I know it's gonna be okay. So I wanna see you smile today. Hey, you just gotta be happy, man. Good days, bad days, it's all part of life. But you must keep the groove on and enjoy every single day. I'm sure you've had some happy days before. So what makes you think you can't have more? Keep on fighting and you'll see. You will soon see rainbows. Hey, come on. La 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 la. La 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 la. Ba-dum ba-dum boom. La 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 la. La 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 la. Ba-dum ba-dum boom. La 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 la. La 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 la. Ba-dum ba-dum boom. La 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 la. La 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 la. Around the way. Beautiful clouds, where you are, where you are. There are beautiful clouds, where you are, where you are. Oh, oh.
Supporting Ghana, is it only about match day?
Yeah, we got time. I fale. Mama, sisi adai. Ewo baby, you see what's in it. Let's enforce the law. protect our community.
When drains are blocked, flies has nowhere to go.
Every responsible action is a win. For
Everybody no do, no do, no do, no do, no do, no do, no do. For the good of everybody, no do, no do, no do, no do.
this World Cup, let's show the world what teamwork really means.
Not only on the pitch,
But in our community,
Keeping drains clear.
protecting waterways. Think about your neighbor.
no do.
No do. Go
Make we join Zoom now, we gonna clean.
No do, no do, no do. For the good of everybody, no do, 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 no do.
Say I'm not probably moving here in Wahanuma and then Nadbu, any Zoom Lion, and I said just one group, our Dread Masters, and so come feathers, Omina, Jumedi, almost share Zoom Lion. I say, I'm saying, you are a turn, I say, Mbo say, you know, a lot of preparedness before I ensure we a toy, dredging in Yamabi, but near you who I say, ensure better be a at the Bola Bibre Ejaichi, and also as I Jume Debia, it is a yeshe. And yes, I ensure to be your best company, best Sabola. And you know, this is one of education that the maximum for say, you should to make sure Bola any day. And boom. Campaign and your friend no do campaign. No do just say opera for good that's been more. Now your best and could do the appropriate disposal point. Now we are baller and you say issue to now the goom will be our one and sebi issue no be call but unuana or down e be choki ye himself flat in there and ya there you be to me trash but its effect and its impact on society no ye nyina ye kan ho boma ye be to me den I eliminate it.
There is no controversy about this. The NDC lost the elections in 2016. And for 8 good years, everybody in this country believed that if the health of the Ghanaian is critical to government, we cannot wait 8 years to complete Afari. But it happened. 8 good years. And I remember hearing my former chairman for the Defense and Interior Committee, Honorable Kennedy Oinajapo. We tried to visit Afari. I wasn't in government by then. He was the chairman of the committee. To get approval to go to Afari was very frustrating, and he said it. I saw people trying to challenge his word, but he was the chairman. If he pushes and it doesn't work, he was also in government. He can't be against his government. The truth is that Afari remains and operational, because for 8 good years, we didn't give it serious attention. And I believe that Honorable Minta Kando, the health minister, has an eye.
So, can you reaffirm to what Honorable Ken said, that the committee was never given the opportunity to visit when, like what you were saying, was it that case?
Suppliers who supplied agrochemicals and fertilizers to COCOBOD. Mr. Speaker, COCOBOD procured excessive quantities of fertilizers and agrochemicals beyond its financial capacity between 2021 and 2024. This mismanagement of COCOBOD finances made it impossible to pay the suppliers by the previous management of COCOBOD. For the 2021-2022 crop year, a total of $455.7 million was procured. Meanwhile, $312.8 million was provisioned in their budget. The agrochemicals procured for the 2021-2022 season were not paid for, but COCOBOD continued to procure additional quantities in 2022, 2023, and 2024, all of which were above the budgeted amount in each year. For instance, in the 2023-24 season, while $76.5 million was provisioned in the budget, COCOBOD contracted about $668.6 million in agrochemicals. Mr. Speaker, ironically, while procurement of fertilizers and agrochemicals was increasing, cocoa production was declining, raising questions as to what these fertilizers and agrochemicals were used for. Mr. Speaker, COCOBOD indebtedness to suppliers of fertilizers and agrochemicals between 2021 and 2024 is part of a much larger financial challenge inherited in the cocoa sector. Mr. Speaker, from January 2026 to date, COCOBOD has paid a total of $74.5 million for agrochemicals and fertilizer suppliers. COCOBOD is approaching the issue systematically. The strategy is to restore COCOBOD's financial capacity so that it can honor its obligations to all creditors, including agrochemical dealers, in a sustainable and transparent manner. That is why government has adopted a number of reforms and policy measures to restore the financial health of COCOBOD and build a sustainable financing model so that COCOBOD can honor its obligation to all creditors, including suppliers of agrochemicals and fertilizers. Mr. Speaker, government is fixing the system so that suppliers are paid not once, but always, predictably, transparently, and on time. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much. Yes. Honorable Dr. Kuku.
Mandate. The ministry, notwithstanding this mandate, the ministry continues to play a strong coordinating policy and advocacy role through the following interventions. The ministry is working with MMDAs, the Department of Social Welfare and Community Development, the Ghana Police Service, civil society organizations, and development partners to strengthen child protection mechanisms for their identification, rescue, rehabilitation, and reintegration of vulnerable children engaged in street hawking. Recognizing that poverty remains a key driver of child hawking, the ministry continues to implement social protection interventions such as the Livelihood Empowerment Against Poverty Program, school feeding initiatives, and complementary livelihood support programs aimed at reducing household vulnerability and discouraging child labor practices. The ministry, together with stakeholders, continue to intensify public awareness campaigns and on the harmful effects of child hawking, child labor, and exploitation, while promoting the importance of education and child protection. The ministry is also supporting coordinated action by the MMDAs and relevant enforcement agencies to identify children on the streets, provide temporary care and counseling services, and facilitate family tracing and reintegration where appropriate. Government remains committed to enforcing existing child protection laws, including the Children's Act 1998, the Human Trafficking Act 2005, and other related legal frameworks aimed at protecting children from exploitation and hazardous works. Mr. Speaker, addressing child hawking requires a multi-sectorial and sustained approach involving government institutions, communities, parents, traditional authorities, civil society organizations, and development partners. The ministry will continue to work collaboratively with stakeholders to ensure that children are protected, kept in school, and provided with opportunities to thrive in safe and supportive environments. I thank you.
Thank you very much.
What's your dream team? Like team Ben Unya Yankababo. Okay. And from the look of things, it looks like all dream boom. It's a dream Ben. What team Ben Unya Yankababo? Yeah. It says you know can yes will be some that question by who say me who say in life no be any the way you say na the fame and na the GDA then eti. Ana me so seminya Real Madrid me pe. Minya Barca me pe. Amen. Minya Manchester me pe. Amen. Even for minya Arsenal me pe. Okay. Team be approach me no say ma team nya team me. And the fact that you are a World Cup keeper means say the like opportunity no is there. Yeah. Obi betimi ehu. Nyame betimi ama ehan bi. Yeah. At all so. Obekọ World Cup, obetimi akọ just save bia. E be require the save of the tournament and they will open doors for you. Nyankopon there he doesn't need be a big chance to perform like a wonder. It's to keep that positive way, disposition about you, and I believe say like there's so much you can achieve. Sure. And confirm say we use football age. Oh, football. And no one personal. Where is it? 33. 33 years. Which is reasonable. Considering say 2017 yana. I say
Minfa akwanya so na mincha etiefo nyina na masa da English. Yeah, let me take this opportunity to thank everybody. In fact, the media has been very helpful. Broadcasting the executive is also one of the responsibilities of the media, and you need professionalism to be able to do it. You need sacrifice and dedication to be able to do it. Without you, the agenda setting, the resetting, the mindset shifting will not work. You could see that when we started, the presentations were not in good shape. But as we go along, because you are broadcasting it and you are letting Ghanaians know what needs to be done and what needs not to be done, you could see that the presentations has improved. All the 4 assemblies we visited today, the presentations have been super. We went to Tema Metro, the presentation was excellent. We went to Krowo, excellent. Tema West, excellent. Then Lejekuku, excellent. However, the delivery of the infrastructure, you can see that Lejekuku stands tall among all of them. And to be able to move forward and move towards perfection, you must let people know those who are doing well and those who are not doing well.
Appreciate this coming from the honorable member, because largely you only hear when it's substandard, and so to have identified that some quality work is going on, I do appreciate that on behalf of the ministry. Indeed, it's supposed to be nationwide. The standard and the quality is supposed to be the same, but being a human institution, sometimes you have people going below the standard, and when such cases are reported to the ministry, we go a long way to investigate, and then where we need to issue out punitive measures, we take those steps in doing so, just to serve as a deterrent to others who might have intentions of serving substandard food to our children. I thank you.
Thank you very much. Yes, Honorable Member for Sanitation Central.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I heard the minister say earlier that on several occasions, caterers that had submitted or produced substandard quality food had been turned away with their food. I want to know how many instances had come to your attention, and I also want to know what measures your ministry had put in place if this happens. I ask this because the children are ready to eat, and no, it's emanating from what he said. And it is only at the time that they have to serve that this will come to the concern of either the headmistress or the headmaster. So what measures are put in place? Do the children go hungry when you sack them to go with their bad food? Thank you.
Yes, Honorable Minister.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. In all of these, the health and safety of the child is what is paramount to us. So if we have to delay feeding for the child to get the actual meal or the nutritious meal, is in the best interest of the child than serving in the name of meeting the timeline. But how many of such, I will have to come back with the collated number. But I can cite as a typical example of the one.
There is no controversy about this. The NDC lost the elections in 2016. And for 8 good years, everybody in this country believed that if the health of the Ghanaian is critical to government, we cannot wait 8 years to complete Afari. But it happened. 8 good years. And I remember hearing my former chairman for the Defense and Interior Committee, Honorable Kennedy Ohina Japan. We tried to visit Afari. I wasn't in government by then. He was the chairman of the committee. To get approval to go to Afari was very frustrating, and he said it. I saw people trying to challenge his word, but he was the chairman. If he pushes and it doesn't work, he was also in government. He can't be against his government. The truth is that Afari remains unoperational because for 8 good years, we didn't give it serious attention. And I believe that Honorable Minta Kando, the health minister, has an eye.
So can you reaffirm to what Honorable Ken said, that the committee was never given the opportunity to visit when, like what you were saying, was it that case that they were not allowed to go, they didn't get that kind of approval to visit the place?
You are in parliament and you know parliamentary structure. When the chairman of the committee speaks, you don't go asking a member to confirm or deny. He is the chairman of the committee and he was in government. If you put a proposal to visit Afari, and it never happens, and he comes to tell you, government did not permit us to make that progress, you don't go asking questions. The chairman will not lie for any reason. And I think that the committee was prepared to visit Afari, but it never happened. Why? The chairman is telling you, he wasn't given a green light. So let's take it there. And even the truth is that the attitude of the MPP government towards the uncompleted project, Afari, for 8 good years, should be able to confirm that what the former chairman of the Defense and Interior Committee is saying cannot be anything but the truth. It cannot be anything but the truth. Anyway, the NDC is back, and we are hoping that President John Dramani Mahama, who is very critical about health infrastructure improvement in this country, who believes that the Ghanaian will not need to be flying out to seek better medical health care. I think that we are ensuring that with Mahama case and the massive infrastructure improvement in the health sector, by the end of 2028, Ghana will become a better place if it is even the health sector alone you want to look at.
Honorable, in regards to the percentage completed, people are saying a lot of things. Some are saying 18 and 78%, 80%, 96%, 98%. You've been on the committee, as you were saying, during Honorable Kenneth Japan's time, and now that you are in power and being the deputy chairman of the committee, can you give a specific percentage of the completion of the project?
You know, we are not technical people. And when we provide oversight, there are two things that we look at. The operationalization of a program or a project. And we're looking at respecting timelines. If the project is supposed to be completed in 2 years, we are looking at it completing. Every individual must be interested, irrespective of what you do. Because without security, we cannot have development. And the proliferation of small arms and light weapons in our country is not unique. We have over 1 billion weapons circulating globally in wrong hands.
Government is broke, but people are spending billions to go inside the government that is broke. Have you ever seen a minister who resigned because government is broke before? Government has no money. Have you ever seen a governor who said, ladies and gentlemen, when I was elected, I thought the government had money. Now I discover government has no money, I resign. Have you ever seen it? Government has no money, but they are bringing money out at election time. Where is that money coming from? So they are lying. What is happening is that there are two types of wicked people in government. Type 1, they eat current money. Any money they find in government, they will eat it. They are wicked about that one. There is type 2. Type 2, they eat current money and future money. They will say, my term will end next year. When I leave, how will I eat money? Let me borrow money now and borrow money of the future and eat it now.
All right, good morning. Sorry for the way I sound a bit nasal, and I'm still nursing a very bad cold, but I'm much better today. Anyway, so good morning. Thank you very much for joining the show. This is Good Morning Ghana on the Metro Television. The show is also live on 94.1 FM, and I want to say my name is Aldo. It's always a pleasure to come your way. It's a beautiful Thursday morning, and this is the day the Lord has made, and we're very happy to be back here to join the nation's conversation on the big issues that are making the rounds in our dear country, Ghana. But as always, I want to say a big thanks to you, our loyal, distinguished, and cherished audience, for tuning in from 7 a.m. to 9:55 to watch and listen to Where Ghana Talks. You like this show for two reasons: because we speak the truth, and then also the conversation is intellectually stimulating. We try our best. We're not perfect, and that's why your feedback is always important. Let us know when we're getting right and when we're not getting right. And also remember that we have a new WhatsApp line. I'll be advertising the WhatsApp line. I've been talking about it since Monday, but I'll remind you again today. But also remember that the Ignite Media Group, of which Metro TV is a member, is now your... we have a new focus. Our new focus is going to be on sanitation, and for very good reasons, because we live here too. If Ghana is dirty, we'll be affected. If Ghana is clean, we will be affected positively as well. And so from time to time, we'll be chipping in sanitation-related conversations for us to know, for instance, who is cleaning Ghana? Who is cleaning Ghana? I mean, I'm sure that when you look around you still filth all around us. Something fundamentally has gone wrong, and we need to figure out what exactly is happening. And so from time to time, we'll be having these kinds of conversations. It's a very socially important conversation. So bear with us. Metro TV, original radio is your go-to media house when it comes to sanitation and sanitation-related conversations. And so we do just that. So from time to time, we're speaking to experts on Zoom, from time to time on phone. If something is bothering us, we need to find some solutions to it, and we need to effectively identify where the problem is coming from, and then we'll figure out how to solve the problem. So let me quickly go on and look at what the... Hey, have I told you what today's date is? Okay, so today's 25th of June. So I'll go ahead and look at what the papers are reporting, and also some of the news portals. And also remember that we now have what the quote cards are saying. Some of you love that segment of the show. So Daily Graphic is what I will start with. It says Asante Hene launches book on KNUST 75th anniversary. Lead suspect in Australia, 320 kg meth shipment arrested in Accra. Justice Tokone loses case at ECOWAS court. Gold board purchases 135,843 tons of gold between January 2025 and May 2026. Deputy Finance Minister discloses. Daily Guide, Narcotics naps for over $208 million smuggled meth to Australia. And then also you have ECOWAS court dismisses Tokono's removal challenge. Stay off, KNUST lands Asantehene to encroachers. Our lives are in danger, Adjoa suffers, and he's been talking. The Guardian Times says nation records 15,290 new HIV infections, experts call for action. And as NACOC destroys narcotic drugs worth over 37 million cities. And as ECOWAS court throws out Justice Tokono's case against Ghana. Building cost inflation rises slightly to 2.7% in May. That's what the Ghanaian Times for today. The Insight says that Tokono crashes at ECOWAS court. Where else? UN's Arusha Tribunal or Hague? Comes with a question mark. The US tightens news, imposes even more sanctions on Cuba. 13 World Cup nations call out UEFA president over uninteresting matches remark. A nation's call, Dr. Farisapo urges Black Stars to make history. And the Ghana salary system must reflect productivity, not inflation. Austin Game. 13 killed in terror attack on airports. Niger's defense ministry alleges participation of France-backed mercenaries. Daily Post this morning says the gold board spent $16.1 billion on gold purchases in 2025 and Pemnyako. And as President Rawlings' legacy extends beyond political leadership, Vice President Jane Nana Opoku Ajimai. And there's a GMTF, of course, that's the Ghana Medical Trust Fund, deepens partnership with Multimedia Group to boost public awareness. And then if you look at the Business and the Financial Times, which is also here, you have cheaper cement, costlier equipment shape construction inflation dynamics. And as VFS Global clarifies role, reinforces transparency, Electricam eyes $500 million investment that's to position Ada as West Africa's salt export hub and boost forex earnings. Imperial General Assurance, World Vision and Power Girls with menstrual hygiene support. Cheaper cement, I've looked at this already. Now, the hidden cost of exchange rate volatility, why currency instability affects more than importers and exporters. All right. Now, let me go to MetroTVOnline.com. It says the Black Stars depart Rhode Island for Philadelphia ahead of Croatia decider. And there's Black Stars whole recovery training at Bryant University of the gritty England draw. We want all the 3 points. Sibo says Ghana Iron Group L top spot after England draw. Scotland's World Cup hopes dealt major blow after defeat to Vinicius, Brazil. And there's Lejokuku Municipal Assembly praise for prudent use of common fund. And then there's disability has no party color. Open the register to all local government minister to assembly officers. And then there's Switzerland sink Canada to seal Group B top spot at World Cup 2026. All right, that's it for the newspapers and the online portal. So what are the quote cards saying? Let's check that out. So we have a first Ebola case confirmed in France following doctors' return from Congo. And this is on MetroTVOnline.com. Distinct Accountability Series. There's a Lejokuku Municipal Assembly has demonstrated prudent and impactful use of the District Assembly Commons Fund. That's according to local government minister, that's Ahmed Banda. All right, still with MetroTVOnline.com. Plumbing cost surge to 22.8% as cement prices fall 14.5%. What are the quote cards saying again? All right, well, we've looked at this already. Are we done with the quote cards? I believe so. I believe so. I believe so. All right, so these are what the quote cards are saying. And I know you love Metro TV's quote cards because they're very exciting. They bring you very exciting stories. Anyway, so that's it. Please stay with us. This is good. This is Good Morning Ghana on Metro Television. Now, before I go, let me remind you that the Good Morning Ghana new WhatsApp line, it's 055-863-9114. 055-863-9114. So share your views, send us a video of your community narrating issues faced by the residents. That's the WhatsApp number, and we'll deal with that on Community Watch. So that's one use of the WhatsApp line. The other use is just to share views. That's it, on the issues that we talk about on the show. So that's it. 0558 Kiki, please bring it back. 0558-639-9114. But two key things that I need to bring to your attention. When you send us a message, please add your name and where you're texting from. It's extremely important. Add your name. Otherwise, we won't read the message if we don't know who's sending the message. You know, so it comes with terms and conditions. The fact that you're sending a message is not automatic. We'll read. You have to meet certain terms and conditions. One is, who are you? Tell us who you are, your name, and where you're texting us from. Okay. Is extremely important. Also, those of you who are calling the WhatsApp line, it's not for calls, please. Just send us an SMS text or a WhatsApp, message. Just yesterday, I was talking to my boss, Brighter Meaning, and I was suggesting to him that perhaps we may have to block the call session so that people are unable to call, because I know for some reason some people are just stubborn. They would always prefer to call. Okay, so send us a message. Please don't call the line. I beg you. Please don't. Otherwise, we're forced to block it so that you can't even have access to us if you have something you want to tell us. So, we don't mind if you want to send us an audio. Okay, that's fine. We can listen, and if we believe there's something in there for us to deal with, we'll do that. So, what are the issues in your area? What are some of the problems that you're confronted with in your area? We'd be more than happy to know. Is there traffic situations and sanitation? Remember that Metro TV is your sanitation media house. And so if you have any sanitary problems in your area that you want to draw attention to, we're more than happy to hear from you, and we'll do our best possible to get our duty bearers to solve your problem. Yeah? Stay with us. This is Good Morning Ghana.
And there they are. The squad is ready, lined up, ice cold, focused and prepared for national duty. Every bottle in position, every label shining with confidence. And here comes the selection. One bottle steps forward, picked from the squad, ready to deliver for Ghana. He takes the first sip. Oh yes, refreshingly hydrating. The whistle goes. The Black Stars are on the move. He breaks through the defense like flowing water. Beautiful control. He lines it up. He strikes. Goal! Ghana is awake. From the fridge to the field, Awake keeps you refreshed. Awake purified drinking water. One for life. Proudly supporting the National Cardiothoracic Center. This advert is FDA approved.
Are you a headmaster, headmistress, parent, teacher, or an educator looking for high-quality textbooks for preschool, primary, and junior high school students? Look no further than Advocate Publishing Company. Advocate Publishing Company is a leading publisher of educational materials in Ghana that publishes very engaging, interactive, and comprehensive textbooks that meet the needs of students, teachers, and parents. Our textbooks are thoroughly published to make learning fun and easy. They are also designed to stimulate critical thinking, problem solving, and creativity in students. Make Advocate Publishing your preferred choice for all your educational needs. Explore our range of textbooks and educational resources. Visit us at the old GNTC yard near Kingsway, Accra. You can contact us on 0503 786 776 or 02408 06354, also 0531 600360, and connect with us on Instagram, X, and Facebook at Advo Publishing. Don't settle for less. Choose the best. Advocate Publishing Company, empowering young minds one textbook at a time. Thinking Publishing, think Advocate Publishing.
finding my dream apartment in just 2 days was a breeze with 7terragh.com. Looking for your next home, the perfect piece of land, or the best commercial property for your business? Are you worried about sending money home for property and finding nothing when you return? Well, worry no more. 7terragh.com is just a platform to find prime lands, perfect properties, or vibrant real estate development at the click of a button. 7terragh.com is your go-to property listing platform that allows you to register, list, rent, buy or sell, and connect with correct agents. With our AI-powered smart search, personalized dashboards, verified agent connection, and interactive property maps, all your property needs have been made easier. Check us out on 7terragh.com or contact us on 0302-998-246 or 0561 032 252. 7terragh.com, powered by MNC Properties.
Mommy, good morning.
Oh, good morning, my son. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you, Mom. How about you?
I'm fine.
Joe, I just saw your mom doing her usual morning routine. Like, it was just 2 weeks she underwent a major colon surgery.
Bro, see, my mom is doing perfectly fine, and we're all excited about it. It was minimally invasive surgery, and the recovery has been very fast.
Minimally? Hey! No, wait. What do you mean by that?
So they offered my mom a laparoscopic colon surgery. Laparoscopic colon surgery, which we accepted. It turned out it was equally safe with a very fast recovery time, and the cost involved too was very, very reasonable. She was discharged 3 days after the surgery, and you can see her, she's on her feet again.
3 days?
Just 3 days, bro.
Mean Tuber Hospital, first Ghana colorectal center, aim to serve a peculiar health need.
Looking for comfort, convenience, and class all in one place? Welcome to Stay Easy Apartments on Conference Center, where modern living meets exceptional service. Whether you're staying for business or leisure, Stay Easy offers you a home away from home. Spacious and well-furnished apartments, pool, gym, and everything you need to relax and feel at ease. Planning a meeting, workshop, or special event? Our event ground and state-of-the-art conference center is designed to host your events and bring your vision to life. From corporate gatherings to private functions, we provide the perfect space, supported by modern equipment and a professional team ready to assist you. At Stay Easy, your comfort and success are our priority. Book your stay or reserve your space today. Call us at 020-739-1473 or 0244-226367. Stay Easy Apartments and Conference Center. Stay easy with us.
In my line of work, a confident smile is everything. Kel Charcoal Toothpaste keeps me on top of my game and ensures my smile is always radiant and bright.
With the tiring nature of my job, we spend several hours under the scorching sun. To keep our teeth white and our breath fresh all the time, we use none other than Kel Charcoal Toothpaste. Kel Charcoal Toothpaste. You're on a Kessie and in a kit one.
Samayo Kendini, a who be here, Sametra Sapapadia to a mammy manful. Kel Charcoal's natural ingredients, and a bomb is so buying, a man is swing, Nesasu Mama Hoto so a will bedroom.
Kel Charcoal Toothpaste. Choose Kel Charcoal Toothpaste for anti-cavity, whiter teeth, and fresher breath all day. Available in 80 gram and 150 gram. Grab yours today.
Kel, happy smile. This advert is FDA approved.
Today's class is going to be an exciting one. Now, who can share an unforgettable moment in their life? Okay, Asempa.
I'd like to talk about my first time. It was her natural look, complemented by her favorite green silky apparel that caught my attention. I have to say, she automatically possessed me with her smile, which exposed her beautiful white teeth. That's not all. Her enduring signature perfume could be smelled from afar. Madam, why do you look so surprised? My first time with her was special and irresistible. I'm talking about Cindy Rice. Cindy Rice can be found in selected supermarkets nationwide.
Cindy Rice, sweet aroma, great taste.
This advert is FDA approved.
From the rich soils of Ghana, our farmers grow the finest ingredients. We clean, hand select, and carefully craft into bold, unforgettable flavors. And when you open our little bag of big taste, it's pure, bold, unforgettable flavor bursting in every bite. Enjoy the goodness, made with big care. This advert is FDA approved.
My new girl is coming over today, and I have to give her a treat of her life.
Hi. Hey.
Good afternoon. How are you doing? Fine. I got you a paint. This is easy waterproof paint, the best ever solution for all sort of leakages. I got it for you.
Thank you. Easy waterproof paint can be used on any surface, being it cement, blocks, roofing sheets, swimming pools, and more. It can also be used as primer before you apply any paint to help provide extra protection. Easy waterproof paint. No more leakages.
All right. You are watching Good Morning Ghana on Metro Television. Send us your views out of WhatsApp number 055. Kiki, please put up the number again. Put up the number again. Our audience are loving the new number that we have. Please put the number up again so that we can share with our audience. All right. So the number again, it's 0558639114. 0558-639-114. So share your views with us, send us your videos of issues in your community and contribute to discussion on the show. And may I repeat it one more time that this is your sanitation media house. We champion issues about sanitation. And yeah, that's exactly what it is. So on Community Watch, which will come up later today, we'll tell you some of the things that are happening with one of the most respected, not just locally, but globally, when it comes to sanitation, dealing with sanitation problems, talking about the Zoom Lion, group of companies. They're doing some wonderful things. We'll show you some videos a little later on the show. So that just surprise you with what we've been doing, just not in Ghana, but outside Ghana as well. Now, joining me this morning is a man who is actually making his first debut. He's making his first appearance on the show today, but he is not new to appearing on media platforms, except that he's not been here before. This is actually his first time, and I've been talking to him affair. He tells me that he's excited to be on the show today. We're excited to have him join us as well. So he's called Mr. David Boakye, or just David Boakye. He is the Bono East Regional Secretary of the NPP. He is joining us on Good Morning Ghana. I'm representing, obviously, the MPP. Good morning. Sir, David, thank you very much for joining us on the show.
Thank you for having me.
It is always a pleasure. It's always a pleasure. Good Morning Ghana is very happy and excited to have you join us, and I'm sure that you'll enjoy your participation on the show. You'll enjoy your time.
I hope we'll have it more.
You know, so as we do traditionally on this show, we'll want you to help us know who you are a bit. So who is David Boachi? But before you go ahead, let me say that it's not going to be a one-man show. We will also be joined at some point by Mr. Elikem Kotoko, who is the Deputy National Organizer of the National Democratic Congress. He's also the Deputy Chief Executive Officer of the Ghana's Forestry Commission. All right, David, who are you really?
I'm David,
a
young man from Tichiman, Bono East. I've done a bit of student politics from senior high days, but it started really from the college, training college. I was the SRC president for Wesley College, Kumasi. And that was 2006-07. Then I became the Ashanti and Brunga Hafu Training College's president. From there to the university, I became SRC president for UCC. Party politics, I would say in the media space, this is my 21st year, 21 years in the media space.
Oh, that's interesting.
But doing party politics itself, 28 years now, at this youthful age. So you can imagine. MP4.
You started very early.
Yeah, MP4 K2 North. Edem. Is a friend. When I was SRC president at UCC, he was at Lagos. He was SRC president at Lagos.
Same
so
here.
we are very close. And we did a lot. In fact, I have a lot of NDC guys. We have worked together from student days to now, and we are still in it actively. Politically, as I said, I've been at the constituency for 12 years as a secretary, then 8 years at the region. So secretaryship, this is the 20th year that I'm in, and I hope, I'm going again, and I hope if God permit. For now, no contender has showed up. So I pray that within the next 1 month, no one shows up. So I go on a post. Then I get a chance to continue working for the party.
Is it a good idea? I know what I'm asking you, what I'm asking the right person this question, because you are a beneficiary potentially of going on a post. I don't know whether I should be asking you this question, but maybe I'll ask my other brother from the other side whether it's a good idea for people to go on a post, because there's a certain view that when people go on a post, and I'm not saying if you don't anybody, if there's no contender, please let it remain so. It's just my opinion. You know, it doesn't mean it's
But if that happens, this will be the first time.
It will be the first time.
All the elections I've gone through, I've had elections.
There's a view that when people go on a post, they don't take the electorate seriously.
I don't know. It depends on how those people take it. But actually, as we are talking,
they say,
no, it cannot be that. You see, as I'm still, like now I'm in charge of all the internal elections. So constantly I'm with the people. Just here I'm receiving calls. I know it's about vetting. Because we are doing constituency vettings today and tomorrow. So we are constantly in touch. And if you take the people anyhow, because you got the opportunity to go on a post, I want to take it like it's because of your hard work. And maybe dedication that people have seen. That is why they want to give you that opportunity. So it should rather make you improve on what you're doing. Instead of making you relax. So for me, I can say that nothing is going to change. Rather, it's going to motivate me to do more. Should that happen? Even if it doesn't happen, that is it. We've been growing, as I said, from very youthful age. I started politics in my teens. So if I should tell you that I've done politics 28 years as I sit here at this age, you can imagine.
It's not because you're old. It's because you started
very youthful. Yes, because I started when I was not voting, but because I was vibrant, I was given the opportunity to help, but I would not vote. So that is it. So nothing is going to change. Rather, it is going to improve improve upon improvement so that we achieve better. That is all that I hope for.
All right. Elikem is here. Elikem Koto has also been in politics for many years, since his days at university campuses. And so there are many people who are not surprised that he's turned out to be a very fine politician. Yes, you may disagree with him sometimes. He may come across as very forthright. Some people are uncomfortable with that, and they say, "Are you crying? They speak your mind too harshly." And he says, "Well, if it has to be said, it has to be said. I don't like beating about the bush because it doesn't help any of us. You know, let's call a spade and not a tool for digging." But some people disagree with his fine. I've never seen any politician who's loved by everybody. You will get one or two people who disagree with him, which is fine. He likes that. He likes the disagreement. So oftentimes he goes on social media to engage the public and to explain sometimes government policies and government programs, and also to explain some issues that have come, especially when it comes to party issues. You know, it's something that I admire about him. And I think that if politicians take up this sort of attitude, I think it would be really helpful. There are politicians who have all these massive following on social media. They're not taking advantage to explain party position on matters, you know, why certain things are happening within the party. He's doing that, and he's been doing that for a while. That's when he has time. You know, even though he has a very busy schedule. I have tons of respect for him as far as that. He likes to take feedback. I mean, people will attack him, attack not as in physically, but would, you know, passionately disagree with him on the issue. Some of them would even go to the extent of sounding as though they are being disrespectful. He's fine with that. You know, he won't attack you back. He appreciates that. He'll take his time to explain the issues. So, Elikem, it's really good to have you join us on the show. I've done some small PR for you.
I can tell.
You are this, my brother. Nothing from you.
For a moment, I was asking. So this guy has been following more than I thought he knew.
You know this job, you're doing this job, and you are not observant.
And I nearly got there. You know, I there was some miscalculation, and I thought the program was 8. I apologize. I'm glad I'm able to.
You know, the reason why Bright and I did not take any issue with you turning up a bit late was because we know you. We know your attitude towards time. You're a very serious person. You don't joke with your time.
No, each day I have a program tomorrow.
Yeah.
You know, there's a way to check on the apps how the traffic will be tomorrow.
Yeah, estimated time.
So I estimate to know when to leave home and all that. So I'd already set my time to be here at 7:45. Only to later realize that.
We're going to look for a big king. We're going to Lash Peter. To Lash Peter, wherever you are, Peter. Well, fantastic chap. Peter, how are you? I hope you're doing very well. Anyway, so Elikem, it's good to see you. And maybe let me also start. Well, just on a lighter note. I mean, the idea of going on a post, and David Boachi quietly is going to go on a post, because I think that people believe that, look, it's pointless. He's doing a good job, so why contest him? But as a matter of principle, this on a post thing, do you think it's a good idea?
I think there's nothing wrong with it. There are, however, two sides to all of these. Complacency may set in when you go in unopposed, but that will be very short-lived because it is for only that moment of the contest. After you are elected, you're supposed to work. If you do not work well, then it means that the next time you may not get that cherry again. I am one who thinks that sometimes it also grows our democracy. And I mean, when it is very glaring that if I go into this venture, I may not make any impact and all that, why go into it? So if somebody goes unopposed, it also gets to tell the story better that, okay, I think everybody agrees that this person has been stellar at what he does, and therefore let's allow him that leverage to be able to go on and do again and more what maybe he or she did in the past. Others may also want to still contest, but the point is, why would you want to waste your funds and resources, time, etc., when you know it's a fruitless exercise? But there are times again when people think that I must also just show face, and so whether somebody is capable of going unopposed or not, I should contest that fellow. But I think it's nothing wrong at all. We've had such circumstance in all spheres. I would say that the last election that you saw, President John Mahama's election at the primaries, he virtually was unopposed. And that is because there was an overwhelming or resounding support for him to be the next leader
for the party, the flag bearer for the party, because everybody believed he was the next president, and they were not wrong at all.
Yeah.
And so I wish my brother well. I know that contest comes with a lot of stress, a lot of challenges and all of that. We need to prepare ourselves for it. And the truth also remains that politics itself is, you know, not many likes me saying this. I keep saying that I'm a leader who has found myself in politics. And politics itself is very fierce, very turbulent. And it's the number one rule is that it has its own rules.
Yeah.
And so it is a religion on its own, and it comes with a lot of nuances. But in every human institution, these things are bound to happen. Yeah. So your ability to navigate, withstand, to endure, to be patient enough, assertive, and at the same time not being seen as arrogant, being humble and not considered to be timid or weak, being tolerated. So it encompasses a lot of virtues that you require. One may not have all, but you should be having at least more than half of what is required to sail through this thing called politics.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine. And it has its pros and cons. But it appears that the pros far outweigh the cons. It saves everybody cash, saves everybody the agony. It's easier to unite the people if somebody goes on a post. I mean, the fact that somebody doesn't even want to come up is an indication that they don't believe that they will win. You know, of course. Yeah. There are, we've seen instances where people participate just for participating's sake. Exactly. They know they can't win, but it's a waste of everybody's time. So usually if it's unopposed, then what it means there isn't going to be any, David, there's going to be any ballots? Nothing?
No, there will be.
There'll still be.
There will be. I think
the voting will still happen. You have to be confirmed.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Or acclaimed, depending on how you choose it. Either they will do a voice acclamation, or they will still print ballots for them to confirm you yes or no.
Right. Okay, so we can only wish you the best.
Thank you.
We can only wish you the best, and we say that when you get there, continue to make your people proud.
Thank you.
To make your people proud. Anyway, so Salikem, as they say, Salikem, the minority in Parliament and the MPP. Are still expressing some serious doubts about whether Sedina is actually, is this Sedinam?
Sedinam.
Whether Sedinam is in prison, you know, and I want to be very, you know, there was a raw about it, you know. Now the Interior Minister, in a recent interview, has told the press that she's in what he calls lawful custody. But the MPP and the minority say they don't understand what that means. You know, what is lawful custody? Is either she's in prison or not. And if she's in prison, which prison is she in? Now, I don't understand the basis for that call, and I'm here. I'm happy that David is here. David, in fact, it's been. I saw a story in one of the papers today. But whilst I'm looking for that story in the papers today, David, what is the minority's basis or the MPP's basis for doubting what the government is saying regarding Sedinam Tamaklu? Why do you doubt that Sedinam Tamaklu is in lawful custody? What are the issues, you know?
Oh, thank you, bro. And let me say good morning to our cherished audience. You see, sometimes I see that politicians, we invite needless pressure on us. Some things are clear, and it should be appearing to everybody. This is what it is. This is how it's supposed to be, and it's really like that. We all know the Honorable Sedinam Tamaklo has been convicted, fully trialed. Her lawyers have filed an appeal. Unfortunately, she was not in the country to serve. So her conviction came in absentia. Government filed a process to bring her home, to serve the sentence. The previous government did not finish through and power changed hands. Unfortunately, all the legal processes against officials of this government that were proceeding have been halted. That one, I have issue with it, but it's not for today. Fully convicted individual has been brought home. That's what we've been told. Because now even there are doubts. The only thing that will give me reason to believe that she's actually been brought back is the involvement of the foreign government. Now we've been told she's come. That's good. You see, no matter what we want to do to help her go through or get justice, let's go through with the whole process. I hear she's not well. Even in our local traditional sayings, chiefs swear the only thing they put an exemption on is sickness. So if somebody is sick, even if she's supposed to be in prison or she would be there already, she'll be brought to the hospital. Let's see her. Ghanaians want to see, not minority alone, no. I've listened to a lot of journalists who are always complaining. We want to see. Because you see, normally when we do this, we want to tell the citizenry that they are third-class people. Because somebody stole just a plantain from market, maybe to feed himself or herself and the family. That person has been convicted for 3 years. It's a misdemeanor. But the person is serving a prison sentence. A politician. It can even be that she has not stolen, but maybe in the course of the work, misappropriation. The law says she's been found guilty. What do we have to do? She has to serve her term. She wasn't here. She's been brought back. Let's see. Let's just see that Auntie Sednam has come. She's in the house because she's undergoing treatment. So she's under house arrest for now till she gets better. Even if she wouldn't get better until Court of Appeal will handle the case and whatever the outcome may be. But let's see that there is a semblance of justice being served the people. Because you can't go through a whole process of justice system, the person convicted, and now you say she is under lawful custody. So let's assume that an individual commits a crime and a higher authority that controls that person is called on to bring that person. And he says, oh, leave it. I'm keeping that person in a lawful custody. Will government accept it? Will our laws accept it? That somebody is at a lawful custody where? We want to know the custody where. Is it a prison? Is it her house? Is it at the hospital? We deserve it. Even not minority calling for it. Ghanaians deserve to know where she is. Prisoners from our communities, prisoners from our families, we're able to visit them in the prisons to see where they are, to see how they are faring. I know a prisoner who is being transported mostly in Nsawam, Sunyani. In Nsawam, Sunyani, 6 months, you want to visit, they say, oh, go to Nsawam. After some time, you want to, oh, she's been brought to Sunyani. At least you know. So this is a high-profile corruption case. We shouldn't be seen to be massaging such cases. It motivates others. And I am surprised because President Mama has seen his party people, his own appointees convicted before, who served their term. So what is so special But our mother said, that Ghanaians will not see where she is. You see, I don't want us to turn it to be minority demanding. It should be Ghanaians wanting to know where our convicts are. If you ask any government person, the person will tell you they don't owe it a duty to know where convicted persons are.
Why do you disagree with that?
Yeah, no, I don't disagree. That's why I'm saying that. They are right to say that.
Yes.
But we still have the right to know where our convicted people are. So if government officials, if I demand from Elikem here, where is Sedina, I'm not fair. I'm not being fair. He doesn't work with the prisons. He doesn't work with the judicial system. He's just a government official. But he deserves to know as a Ghanaian who pays taxes where somebody who misappropriated our funds and has been convicted lawfully is. But if they are telling us lawful custody and we don't know, we are just setting certain precedents that a day will come, this lawful custody will be referred. And Ghanaians will not be happy with it. You see, me, normally, I don't like it when we are setting bad precedents to give others the chance to do the same. Because one day, another person will be convicted. People will expect that person to serve a prison term. And they will cite, when said Nam was to serve, she was kept under a lawful custody that no Ghanaian know where she was. So why do you want to know where this person is? They will be creating classes where certain people will be kept under lawful custody. Nobody knows that custody. But there are certain people who see them riding convoys to the prisons. That is not justice. Because I am nobody, when I'm convicted on even a misdemeanor, I am to serve fully with cameras following me to the prisons. Journalists will follow up to the prison to see. You see, let's be fair. When I grabbed, I was convicted. Journalists were just visiting in Sawon to see if she's really there, because people were doubting. Why can't we do the same? The Interior Minister seems to know. Government spokesperson doesn't know, because he said he is not responsible to know where every convicted prisoner is. But the Interior Minister is giving us an information, but it's incomplete. If you tell us that she is under lawful custody, which one is the lawful custody now? Because she's supposed to be in 3 places now. Either in the prison, or if really she's not well, at the hospital, or at home. It may be that the lawful custody is not her home, but another house, receiving treatment. She cannot move out of the house. So she is under house arrest. But can't we know that house? Can't we know that hospital? Or can't we know that particular prison that she is serving? I believe strongly, and I say this, that it shouldn't be a minority matter. This should be a national issue. Because as I said, politicians in Africa have been following what has been done previously, and they abuse it. So today is setting up alone, but tomorrow it may be a team of people who are all under lawful custody. And the only excuse will be that when Sedinam came, we didn't know where she was serving, but she served. So these people too are serving just like Sedinam did. Me, I believe that if she has strong lawyers who are pursuing the appeal, why should it be that we wouldn't see? Because the appeal, I don't know, when she is coming to court, she's supposed to be brought to court on the court days. Where will she come from? Definitely it will come out. You can't hide it forever. So why do you even make people create things in their mind as if government is shielding her? Government is protecting her. But you see, because of what has happened previously, I wouldn't be surprised, or it wouldn't be strange to me when people say that she is at home enjoying. Because those whose dealings were far, far, far higher, millions of dollars. Their cases, government has filed a point of no interest, nolli prosequi. So if somebody who has misappropriated over $200 million facing justice, government says, I'm not interested in that case, that money can go. Not my time that I'll pursue it. So what about 6 or 8 million Ghana cedis, which is not even up to $1 million. So I don't see any truth in what we are experiencing. It should be clear. We know our prisons, we know where they are. We have our prison officers. But my brother, don't be surprised that the PRO of Ghana Prison Service says they don't know where she is. That complicates the case. Well, we're just thinking aloud that she may be in one of our prisons that maybe government officials don't know the specific prison. But the prison's PRO says we don't know where she is.
Where did the prison service PRO say that?
Oh, he was interviewed.
Where?
In one of the stations. But I'll
really?
Search and he was interviewed. He said, as of that time.
When was this? This week? Last week?
No, last week.
Last week.
Yeah. No, that was, I think, a week after she came.
What I know is that some media houses, including Metro TV, have actually contacted the prison service. And that must have been a day or two after we were told that, yes, after she arrived. And we're told by them that they'll get back to us. They haven't gotten back to us. Have they gotten back? They haven't gotten back to us.
How many weeks now?
That's almost 2 weeks. Maybe we should be doing the following up.
Aside the following up, it's their responsibility.
Okay. So please hold on. So hang in there with it. It is their responsibility. I'll come back to you for you to land so that Delhi Kim can come in. You're watching Good Morning Ghana on Metro Television, and the show is live on 94.1 FM. The Good Morning Ghana show is, for that matter, Metro TV and Ignite Media Group. It's your Sanitation media organization. And so, like I said, we'll be doing a lot of sanitation-related issues, at least for some time. So stay with us. This is Good Morning Ghana on Metro Television.
And there they are. The squad is ready, lined up, ice cold, focused and prepared for national duty. Every bottle in position, every label shining with confidence. And here comes the selection. One bottle steps forward, picked from the squad, ready to deliver for Ghana. He takes the first sip. Oh yes, refreshingly hydrating. The whistle goes. The Black Stars are on the move. He breaks through the defense like flowing water. Beautiful control. He lines it up. He strikes. Goal! Ghana is awake. From the fridge to the field, Awake keeps you refreshed. Awake purified drinking water. One for life. Proudly supporting the National Cardiothoracic Center. This advert is FDA approved.
Are you a headmaster, headmistress, parent, teacher, or an educator looking for high-quality textbooks for preschool, primary, and junior high school students? Look no further than Advocate Publishing Company. Advocate Publishing Company is a leading publisher of educational materials in Ghana that publishes very engaging, interactive, and comprehensive textbooks that meet the needs of students, teachers, and parents. Our textbooks are thoroughly published to make learning fun and easy. They are also designed to stimulate critical thinking, problem solving, and creativity in students. Make Advocate Publishing your preferred choice for all your educational needs. Explore our range of textbooks and educational resources. Visit us at the old GNTC yard near Kingsway, Accra. You can contact us on 0503 786 776 or 02408 06354, also 0531 600360, and connect with us on Instagram, X, and Facebook at Advo Publishing. Don't settle for less. Choose the best. Advocate Publishing Company, empowering young minds one textbook at a time. Thinking publishing, think Advocate Publishing.
Hello, my friends, my name is Kelkit Toothpaste.
Wow.
I was made to be gentle on your gum, but protected. I will protect your teeth from cavity, make your teeth whiter, stronger, keep your mouth fresh all day. And best of all, I'm strawberry flavored. So put on a smile and try me.
That's amazing.
Just try me. That's my job.
If you say so, jump on my brush. Makes your teeth stronger, chicky whiter, chicky stronger. Yay! You did it!
I'm glad you like your new toothpaste. Don't forget to brush both day and night.
Kelkits. Happy smile.
The Black Stars made their first appearance at the FIFA World Cup in 2006 in Germany. And now, after 20 years, they are here again in 2026.
There was nothing Petacek could do.
Imagine you had invested in genuine lands back in 2006. Just imagine how much it will be worth today. The best time to have made investment in land was yesterday. The second best time is now. As you support the Ghana Black Stars to victory in this World Cup, Estate Masters is also supporting your dream of owning genuine land with unbeatable discounts on outright purchases on our various sites. We offer you free site visits and free documentation. Estate Masters, your most preferred estate partner.
Yes, next. Hey, Nadia Benson,
Me didn't tum. Mr. Friendly Calico, just call me cockroach. Now, Mr. Friendly once now. Hey, that's a new. Improve car. Yeah. Captain Mosquito, double the accent. Me did it, Sasso spray. Mr. Friendly Sasso quell. Yeah, come to my Sasso.
Come on, Tom Preco.
Ghana for the second World Cup running, the only Africans left standing.
What's getting another word? We could take close to 200 doctors. Oh, Piazza Nampi, I challenge you today. We jackpot day. We done live.
He's in the area. He's gone.
Oh,
It's the Lucky World Cup Sikapuduo promo. Every 11th June, Kosi 31st July 2026. Play and win your share of the 1 million Ghana City jackpot with a minimum stake of just 10 Ghana Cities. 20 lucky customers go win their share of the 20,000 Ghana Cities daily jackpot. Top 10 agents go chop bonus every weekend. Trying to Lucky app, Lucky website. Agent who now dial *288#. Lucky World Cup Sikapuduo. Kitty one the dickers. Yeah.
Auntie, one man no chopo. Blow beard your pramame.
Terms and conditions apply. Play responsibly. Not for persons under 18. Licensed and regulated by the NLA.
Lucky. Play small, win big.
Metro TV, original 91.9 FM. We're representing live at the FIFA World Cup 2026 in Philadelphia and in Boston. Anything about the World Cup from the Black Stars training camp, from the Black Stars Hotel, interviews with the team, interviews with the coaches, we will bring it to you live on Metro TV, original TV, and of course, original 91.9 FM. Once again, the name is Gideon Ochenim Gattuso, Raise the Power 7, reporting live from the US of A. Stay tuned for more.
The World Cup coverage on all IMG platforms is brought to you by Estate Masters.
Following the
recent flooding in the capital city, government has moved in to close down illegal dumping sites such as the ones in Oblogo and McCarthy. This has left many Bola taxi and tricycle operators stranded.
So imagine somebody have 4 children with a wife. Huh? He's supposed to go every day, feed them. You go for 1 load, 2 days, he's still here. He's still here. How do we expect those people to survive? If all the transfer stations ready right now, we divert all the bus to go to the transfer station. But because the transfer station cannot collect all the Bola now, they should allow us to use the transfer station and also use the illegal dump for a meantime, because the station here is getting west.
With no readily available location for them to dump, this presents another challenge, as these riders can easily end up dumping at illegal sites again, including drains, which may further worsen the flooding problem we have in the country. But all hope is not lost, as Zoomlion Ghana Limited has moved in to open its transfer station in Achimota. I'm here with Engineer Derek Minta, who is the head of technical and operations of the Jospon Group of Companies, to tell us more about the reopening of this facility. All right, so why the reopening of this facility? I believe you can explain it to us more.
Yes, it's very crucial because, as we all know, in recent time, because of the heavy downpour of rain, we have experienced a lot of flooding in Ghana and other parts of Accra. Therefore, it's very important that this facility, which is Zoom Park, where I stand now, need to be open. And it's for a greater good that the government of Ghana comes in so strongly to support. Currently, as it stands now, we have over more than 200 tricycles reporting on daily basis since we opened the facility. It will also interest you to know that since the closure of the McCarthy Hill dam site, they don't have anywhere to dump the waste. And opening this facility for the past week has really been of a great help to the country as a whole, or Accra. Therefore, we want to encourage the government and all the MMDAs to come and support. As you can see now, the weighing bridges are going through repairs and maintenance. The cost alone is over 100,000, and therefore taking 50 Ghana cedi from Anaboboya to dump the waste, it means that this cost alone cannot even take care of the repairs and maintenance of the weighing bridge alone. Therefore, we need government support to ensure that this facility is put into good use so that more of the waste can be channeled through this place, which is the best way of sustaining waste management in Ghana.
Right, so my next question will be that why Zoomlion? You're always coming. The question is why does the executive chairman of the Jospon Group of Companies, Dr. Joseph Sian Ejapon, always want to come in when it's a waste challenge?
Why he comes in is that one of the key mottos that we have, that improving the lives of the people. Normally, these informal sectors, people don't regard them as such, but they are also doing a great work. Therefore, our executive chairman is of a need that all these guys need to be taken good care of by providing an avenue that can go a long way to also assist in whatever work that they are doing. So it's the love for the country and the love for the people of Ghana. That is why anytime we have waste challenges in Ghana, our executive chairman has to come in so strongly to support.
President of the Bola Taxis and Tricycle Association, John Bosco, is appealing to the government to support Zoomlion Ghana Limited in opening more of its transfer stations to help them have readily accessible locations to dump their waste.
We are appealing the government to come and support so that the place will be functional, because we are suffering. Without the government supporting Zoomlion, it means that there's no any alternative measure that we can take. If we say where we dump the waste, it's caused flooding. Where should we go? It's supposed to be the transfer station. He have the transfer station, but the strength that will boost the transfer station is not there. So if government help him, it will boost the power so that it will succeed.
As you can see behind me, many more Bola taxis and tricycles are coming in to dump their waste at this particular transfer site. The challenge is that will this particular facility be able to contain all this waste coming in? The appeal to the government is that they should speedily open more transfer sites for these operators to dump their waste. Reporting for Metro News, I'm Derek Adote, Accra.
Right, Derek Adote bringing us that report from the Zoom Park here in Accra. We have a crisis on our hands. We have a serious sanitation crisis on our hands. And the earlier we fix it, the better. Nobody will be spared if things get out of hands. Nobody will be spared. It doesn't matter whether you live in East Legon, whether you live in Cantonment, whether you live in Nima, Mamobi, Adenta, Medina. Nobody will be spared if there's a sanitation crisis. And I think that the government of the day must really sit up and look at the model we are currently executing again, because it's not going to help us. We need to get somebody who has the technical expertise to deal with our sanitation problems. I think that currently, this thing where we're giving it to just small businessmen for them to, quite clearly, they've been overwhelmed. They can't deal with it. Yeah. You know, if there's somebody who's shown capacity to be able to deal with our sanitation problems, I think that is only fair, it's only proper, it's only patriotic that we go back to the table and say, come here, let's talk again, and let's get the job done. If you just watch the video we just played, I mean, but for the intervention of this, how do you call it, the intervention of the Zoom Lion group of companies, we would have had a massive crisis on our hands, because some of the dump sites have been shut. Government is looking at, you know, basically, government is looking at these dump sites because there's some decisions would have to be taken. But in the meantime, these aboboyas who go and pick up these stuff, they have to find somewhere to dump them. If there's no place to dump them, they'll just dump them on the streets. So you're selling tomatoes, you're selling some food stuff, whatever it is. Once there's filth around you, none of us is safe. You know, you say, well, as for me, I buy my things at Maxmart or wherever it is, but you don't know where they're buying their stuff from as well. Yes, packaging, they've packaged all of these things and put it there. But have you ever asked or bothered to ask where they buy these food items from? You have no idea. Okay, so nobody will be insulated. Nobody will be absolved. Nobody should think that they're distant from what's happening. It's a crisis situation and we need to really do something about it. Just look around you. There's filth all around because nobody's doing the cleaning. Nobody's doing the cleaning. If you don't clean, as for the filth, it will always be generated. The filth will always be generated. Somebody must clean them. But these things where we've given the things to the assembly to deal with, quite clearly, they can't. They don't have the capacity. They don't have the technical expertise. This is not one of those things where you can just pick a broom and do some sweeping and things, because it's a whole value chain. You know, when you sweep the thing, it must be dumped somewhere. And when it is dumped somewhere, something must happen to the stuff that has been dumped, because you just can't leave it there. You know, so I think this thing where we use emotions and we use all kinds, sometimes media propaganda to take certain decisions, is something that usually will go round and come back and haunt us and hurt us. And that's where we are. You know, that's where we are. So the earlier we take these decisive, important decisions about what we're going to do with our sanitation problems, it's only going to get worse. It's only going to get worse. You know, so once again, thank you very much, Derek Adote, for that fantastic report. And you see a lot more of these things, you know. And I said, look, we are going to be focusing a lot more sanitation. Look, as a media organization, you've got to take a social responsibility. You've got to take over corporate social responsibility. You have to be known for something. Is it football? Is it business? Is it sanitation? Whatever it is. You know, yes, we're big on sports. There's no doubt about it. But we believe it's not enough. We have to take matters of sanitation and cleaning Ghana very, very seriously, very, very passionately. And I hope that GJ, you're watching us, please give us an award. Yeah, give us an award for championing this, you know, social problem. We're championing and we're doing everything possible to bring these issues of sanitation to the doorsteps of everybody. Because we've said it, apart from the fact that we're Ghanaians, we also have to recognize the fact that somebody has the expertise to do the job. You know, we have to make sure that the right people are given the job to do. It is what it is. And the government knows the people who can do the job. I'm not going to sit here and advocate for anybody, but the government knows who can do the job. Call that person back. Let the person understand that, look, I'm sorry for taking that decision. It was hasty. It was premature. You know, but please, beg them. Let them come back and do the job. Let's get kind of clean again. Let's get Ghana clean again. I'll come back tomorrow with another rant. You know, because I didn't tell where I live. It's terrible. Anyway, Elikem Kotoko is here. He's the Deputy Chief Executive Officer of the Forestry Commission. He's also Deputy National Organizer of the NDC. And also David Boachi is here. He's the Bono East Regional Secretary of the MPP. Gentlemen, I don't want anyone to weigh on this. I mean, the sanitation thing is getting out of hands. I know you have to allow you to land, but just a quick one. You know, I say that we really have to take the sanitation thing more seriously.
We really need to. I'm not sure I'm that old, but I recall we have all sounded this time and again.
Yes.
That it is, number one, it is had a heightened indiscipline that has resulted in more of the sanitation problem.
Right.
In reference to the footage you show, that is different. That is about dumping anyway.
Yes, the dumping of the refuse.
The greater problem we have on our hands is the indiscipline, how people dispose waste. We need to also be learning the best practices of how to separate plastics from paper, etc., so that the ones that can be recycled for better use can be put to that use. If you recall, way back we used to have the town council system. I want to believe that it is about high time we reintroduce these things that will instill discipline, fear, and deterrent, serve as a deterrent to our people. And you see, go to the villages, they have their challenges, but you won't have much of these. It is only in the cities.
True.
Meanwhile, everybody is coming from a village.
Yeah.
So we don't do this in the villages, but we come to the city. I mean, I think it was just a week ago, I was driving when some woman with a child just threw out the rubber from the car.
Can you imagine?
I just drove in front of the car and stopped and said, look, let her get down and pick it. It's irritating. I recall one time I was driving to Kumasi also. That was about 4 or 5 years ago. I had to do the same thing, but how long can one person be doing some of these things? We need to begin a proper education and awareness, and we also need to instill discipline. There must be severe punishment for people who are found to be doing this. You know, as the rains come, whilst we are worried about floods, etc., the people have built in waterways. There are those who have also been praying for this rain so that they can easily be disposing of their waste just in the water, as in the gutters, and it has never helped us. And we can continue. I want to believe, I recall some few weeks ago, I saw the local government minister, Honorable Ahmed, visit one of the landfill sites around the Tema B5 enclave there. I want to believe that whatever processes he promised and intends to engage in, there needs to be speed attached to it in order for us to ensure that we do this. And it is not only one place, but it requires a holistic approach to all of this. But it must start from ourselves to be disciplined in order to make sure that we do not, like they always say, character is what you are in the dark when nobody's watching you. So there's a need for us, but we must also put in punitive measures that will serve as a deterrent, or make scapegoats out of others in order to see how we go about it. It doesn't require only a single approach. It's multifaceted. I only hope that we do that so that we, the people, also are disciplined. Then those who are to do their... Look, waste management itself is another minefield on its own. I was in the Ghana-UK Investment Summit with the group CEO,
Dr. Sergio. Yes, okay.
He made a very strong case for waste management and all that. And I know all the people who were, the attendees were wild and were interested. I will not be surprised with what he will come back.
You know, speaking about Dr. Sergio, you know, he's actually, I mean, for the first time in this country, he's actually produced doctors, and I mean PhDs and professors in waste management. He's produced about, I hope I get the number.
And he may be exporting some of them to neighboring countries and other places.
Now, most of these guys who have been trained with, of course, to some extent, I can call it a tax bill. It depends on how you look at it, because you know, we all know he's been doing business with the government and so on. Now, he has trained them. These are people who have been trained in India, in America, and so on and so forth. Now, the human resource that we're talking about have actually been exported to other African countries, and they are benefiting from the expertise. You know, and again, right, please, one of these days, let's get a list of these African countries and where these chaps are working, and the kind of things they're doing there. You know, so sometimes I ask myself, say, so if you have a private businessman doing some job, and somebody says they have a problem with the job the person is doing, right? But this same person is working elsewhere, and the person is delivering, the person is doing some exceptional work there, then we must begin to question ourselves that is it the person or it is the way the system has been set up? You understand what I'm saying? And I'm saying that one of these days we would bring you facts and figures on the number of sanitation experts that have been produced, you know, by this private business. This business organization and the kinds of things they're doing in other countries. Anyway, so we'll come back to this matter. I don't want us to digress from our earlier. Once again, thanks, Derek Canute, for that interesting
comment a bit
report
on that. See, Ekam was talking about the separation of waste.
Yes.
It's an important thing. You see, our side of the world, that has been the major problem in recycling our waste. I've followed Dr. Sians for some of his waste recycling plants in the regions. The major difficulty is the separation. We have not done it, and it's creating a problem. But I believe he's somebody we need to commend. I was with him in COP23 at Dubai. If you see the investment he was trying to pull to Ghana and Africa as a whole, in terms of sanitation. I don't know why at this stage of the governance in our country, anyone would think that this is the time to maybe take him off the waste collection process. There may be challenges, but the solution is not termination of the contracts. No matter how we see it, he was doing better than it's being managed now. It's overwhelming most of the assemblies. If you come to my retro Teacherman, one of the major problems of the assembly is sanitation. Waste. Even the disposal sites, to manage the site itself, is a problem to the assembly before the collection. So if you leave it to the assemblies, definitely we are going to encounter a lot of sanitation issues. And I believe that whatever the challenges are, the team Zoom Lion should be invited. Everything can be ironed out. Because one thing that I wasn't happy about was the salary of the workers. It was way too low. It wasn't up to the minimum wage. But that should not be the reason why we will terminate such contracts. So I will just plead with the government that whatever it is, you see, for some time now, we had not experienced the level of flooding we experienced last week in Accra. Because I would attribute about 50% of that success to him and his team. Because no matter the problem, they were doing a fantastic job. Far better than it's being done now. And now if you see most of the places they were working there, almost every assembly, they were working with the assemblies. Now you go there and see how waste is choking gutters. It's too bad. And I don't know why we still have our students from the schools of hygiene. We have not collapsed the schools. The one in Accra, Ho, and Tamale. How are we using the students from those schools? Because they are supposed to be trained in this sanitation management in our homes. They used to be called Samansamai. We have them all, still in the system. Government is paying them, but I don't see them. Every district is having these people. But now, you know, those days they used to visit homes. You will be, maybe sometimes, you will be getting late to school. And they will still stop you to help in cleaning because they have been, somebody has broken the news that they are coming there today. You see parents, our cans, they will be cleaning it. Everything, every corner in the house. Because they will come and inspect every place. Even the water you have stored. They will go and see what you have used to store it. But now it's free for all. Everything is happening. You go to some of the food vendors. And you like okay, was saying, some of them I don't know how people go to them to buy food.
Yeah.
And even the places where there are containers and those things are where they are selling. Some gutters around there.
Yeah.
The stench. It's too bad. So I believe that like my brother is here, they can advocate that at least, even if not all the assemblies, I believe Accra, the major cities, Accra, Kumasi, Cape Coast, why should Cape Coast get flooded at this time? It wasn't like that when we were there. But today, to the level that UCC campus was flooded, it's shocking. So we need to be thinking through. And if he has spent money, definitely government money is in, because we're doing business with him, to train people who are now doing fantastic job in Angola. I know of Angola. And if you see the way people talk there, and I know West African countries, I think Sierra Leone, Liberia, those areas, he's doing very well there. So here, as I would say, we don't hail people from our own local communities, but this is an urgent matter that we have to allow him to help us. Yes.
All right. So please land on your.
Yes. So just summarize it. One. It's not it shouldn't be a minority demand.
Okay.
It should be a responsibility to the citizens of Ghana that we get to know where she is. 2. If we don't do that, we are setting a bad precedence, which we should avoid.
Okay.
3, is it that we don't deserve to know as a citizen of the country?
Okay.
If our taxpayers' money has been embezzled or misappropriated and somebody has convicted on it, we have the right to know what is happening to that person.
Okay.
Then the last one is that we shouldn't create a semblance of making classes in the country, creating some group of classes.
Okay.
There are those who are dealt with differently when they are caught in the law.
Right.
Then there are others who are dealt with differently.
Okay.
If we don't take care, time is coming that the intellectual class that is not political may rebel.
Okay.
They may rebel.
Now,
and it's not good.
Now, the back to the issue of the sanitation thing, and not because we're going to talk about it, but Kwame Sapwasi, who is a CDD fellow, has actually weighed on this matter. Now, he expresses a very interesting thought. He says, look, 2 weeks ago, I was in India for several meetings, some of which we toured the largest pharmaceutical manufacturing parks that export medicines to 100 countries, including Ghana. See, they collect tons of rubbish and convert it to energy while generating compost. Most of the refuse wasn't even sorted. They then use the energy to power the pharmaceutical industries to produce the medicines they export to us. Simply put, they use Indian bola to manufacture our medication whilst creating real jobs, which we happily buy with our foreign exchange. Charlie, people are thinking, And anyway, he said he met you at the UK Investment Summit.
Yes.
But he didn't recognize you.
Yes. We were not talking about the people. We're talking specifically about the Dr. Siao. That's why he mentioned it.
Kwame, you're very popular man. I'm surprised he didn't recognize you. Wow.
I apologize. I'm sure it's not deliberate. Maybe my mind was also somewhere at the same time.
I know. Yes. And also, Makojo Boafo is, interesting. People are, how do you call it? This discussion has generated a lot of interest. Now, Mark Kojo Boafo, he's based in the States, but he's a regular viewer of the show. In fact, in the past 25 years, he's been watching Good Morning Ghana. He says, Moro, Elikem should use the Japanese at the World Cup as an example.
After
they
the match,
clean after themselves. That's a culture we all should learn. I think doing away with Zoom Lion has also exacerbated the filth in our towns.
Very much.
Well, I think we're all witnesses to it.
Very much.
It's made matters worse. It's made matters
now
worse.
on the social media,
I think
people
there was some reconciliation and some.
People are posting places filtered. Markets.
It's serious.
It's very serious. And if you don't take care, there may be an outbreak.
If you go to
Agbogborushi, at the same time, we're having the rains.
The rains are in.
That is it. So we should be.
In fact, I dare say that one of the major causes of the flooding we're seeing is as a result of the fields all around.
That's what I said. So for some years now, we were having flooding. But it wasn't as serious as we experienced this year.
You nailed it.
That is it.
Yes. Anyway, so let's go back to the table and sort out our issues. Anyway, Elikem, so do you know where Sedinam is?
I do not know.
Okay.
Number one, I think I saw the Minister of the Interior, Honorable Muntaka, in that interview where he did mention that Madam Sedinam is in lawful custody. I am aware that she has been brought to the country. I haven't followed that story up that much, but if you recall, I have been one of the strongest advocates for the rule of law to prevail at all times.
Yeah.
And I have used that even as a launch pad to demand for equal measure of or same when eventually we get hold of Ken Oforiatta. And therefore, it is never out of place for anybody to again also ask questions about her whereabouts. I only think that the minority that probably sparked the whole conversation is the one that is supposed to even know better or know best, because if they really want to do it, follow it out, there are processes to go through and there's a way to go about it. You could write officially in order to demand to know so that if there's anything contrary, then you have evidence to that effect.
Right.
But to immediately want to go out to the market with it and make it a populist propaganda approach is what I disagree with. Every Ghanaian should be concerned, just like my brother or myself or you or whoever is watching us. Yes, if you say lawful custody, I think the definition of lawful custody has about three approaches, either referring to children who are being kept in custody, a person who is being lawfully kept in custody, or a property also that is being kept in custody. And in this case, we're referring to the second. So lawful custody is lawful custody.
Okay.
It may also not be probably the case that even if it is under house arrest, the house will be made known to you.
Yeah.
But you will need to be told that she is under house arrest, this or that. Because I know that it has been a conversation for the past 1 week or two or so in particular, where people feel they want to know what is her status, where is she serving her sentence, what have you. Because precedents ought to be set in order to ensure that tomorrow it doesn't become another reference point for another person or another group of persons in the eventuality that same is meted out to them.
Right.
So I just think that they should go through the right processes to write an appeal or request to know where she is. I didn't see the interview that my brother referenced, that the PRO mentioned that he doesn't even know. But
no, that was the earlier part when he came, just about 4 days.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So with her health condition, etc., and all that. So I think it should be looked into and the right things done in order to get the Ghanaian to know what exactly the status is.
Okay. Yes. Now, let me just read this directly from my Joy Online, because it was a Joy FM interview he did. And this is how my Joy Online reported. Now, my Joy Online says that the Interior Minister Muntaka Mubarak has firmly dismissed claims that a former Maslock Chief Executive Officer Sedina, it was actually Sedina.
Sedina.
I thought it was Sedina.
Oh, okay.
I Sedina.
Sedina. Okay.
All right. So Sedina Tamaklo Atienu is being held in a private residence or receiving preferential treatment, insisting that she's serving her prison sentence in state custody. Speaking in an interview with Joy Evans Mensah, the minister said Sedina Tamaklo Atienu has been in the custody of the state since her return to Ghana and remains under the supervision of the Ghana Prison Service. From the day she came, she has been with us, and she's with us, and she's serving her term. The minister's comments come amid growing public debate and renewed calls from opposition figures for transparency regarding the incarceration of the former Maslock Chief Executive Officer Sedina Tamaklo Atienu following her conviction in the Maslock fraud case. The minority has specifically demanded that the government disclose a prison facility where she's serving her sentence after her extradition to Ghana. Responding to questions about the exact location, Mr. Muntak argued the authorities are under no obligation to publicly disclose the specific prison facility where convict is being held, particularly in the case of high-profile inmates. He says for security reasons, it won't be disclosed. All right. So, gentlemen, I want us to look at another issue which, in fact, our production team came across today, and it is something that is really, really bothering us. So, Bright, if we can get through to NACOC, I think that now we can speak to them. Now, we're told the Narcotics Control Commission has raised concerns over the increasing infiltration of drug networks within tertiary and second cycle institutions, warning that their substance abuse is becoming a growing threat on university campuses across the country. The commission said recent intelligence and enforcement operations indicate that the drug-related activities are no longer confined to street-level distribution, but are increasingly being recorded within educational institutions, raising fears about the exposure of young people to narcotics at an early stage of their academic lives. Now, speaking to the media, the head of public relations at NACOC, Francis Samoa, said the trend reflects a wider national and global drug abuse challenge that requires urgent and coordinated intervention. He notes that even students in senior high schools are not exempt from the problem, citing instances where disciplinary actions have been taken due to drug-related cases. And I'm going to quote him. We were told at a meeting that there is a girls' school in Ghana where 20 students have been asked to go home. 20 female students have been asked to go home because of drugs. He said, adding that the situation is not limited to secondary schools. He further referenced concerns from university-level students, saying intelligence suggests drug use is increasingly visible on campuses. I was talking to my boy who's at the university. He said, Dad, why did you people go to Central University to pick people? And I said, we got intelligence and this is what we're doing. And he said, oh, but it's everywhere. That's what his own son told him. According to him, NACOC is intensifying efforts to combat the menace across all levels of education, including collaboration with the Ministry of Education and the Ghana Education Service to strengthen prevention systems in schools. He said the commission has begun training, counseling, and guidance coordinators across the country to help identify early signs of drug use and provide timely intervention. We organized a seminar for counseling and guidance teachers across all regions. The aim is to equip them with the skills to identify young people involved in drugs and intervene early. He's stressing that drug use among young people, some as young as 15 years, is posing a serious risk to the future of the country if not urgently addressed. NACOC said it will continue to intensify sensitization, enforcement, and collaboration with education authorities as part of efforts to curb the spread of drug abuse within schools and universities. We'll be speaking to the same Amwa, hopefully, and that's Francis Amwa, who is the PRO of NACOC shortly, and public relations of NACOC, yes, Francis Amwa. Once we get through to him, we'll speak to him briefly. But I mean, I'm sure both of you, I have children either in JSS, primary, or SS, possibly even university. I mean, you must be very worried as parents here in these schools. I mean, I hear the network is widening and widening and widening. Question I want to ask Elikem is, where did we go wrong? I mean, as parents and society, where did we go wrong?
Moro, I believe that where we went wrong was when we began to copy the Western lifestyle blindly.
Okay.
And when we decided that we were no longer going to show by the fireside, we're no longer going to video, check it. We're no longer going to show by the fireside. We're no longer going to do our authentic Ghanaian traditional programs, but only resort to the Western lifestyle, soap operas, and all of that. That is on a lighter note, however. But indiscipline has just brought us this far. Indiscipline is what has brought us here. Because a lot of parents now, and lifestyle, economic pressures, etc., have also resulted into this, where parents no longer have so much time available to superintend over their wards, behaviors, or even have family time with them at home, know what their interests are, who they are hanging out with, what they do, what they think, etc. And this has been compounded with what I referred to earlier, the Western lifestyle, where your child is your child. Your child is no longer the community's child. And so if your child is in discipline, it is you, the parent alone, who has failed.
Yeah.
And all of that. And see, a lot of us parents have resorted to, I don't know what the right word is, to uncouth behaviors.
Yeah.
We've resorted to ways of wrongly bringing up our children in the name of pampering them.
Yeah.
You know, and when sometimes you say some of the things, either somebody will come and say, oh, this is a poverty mindset. This is a no, and we have been doing all these things right. Look at, I recall the reference made by President Mahama late last year when he was making some distributions to bus stop boys, that this booklet, which I saw Madam Joyce Bauer, I think, post just today or so on her wall, courtesy for boys and girls. Yeah. That book alone contains a lot of good content. Yeah, you see. So what do we need to do? Just reprint it and make sure that we need to relook at our syllabus also in the schools, because the truth is, I have maintained for the longest time that education in Ghana or Africa at large has continually been standardized instead of being customized now.
Yeah.
Because the purpose of education is to impact and resolve societal problems.
Yeah.
So if the problems in Western region are different from the problems in Accra, the problems in the Central region are different from the problems in Navrongo, why are we using a standardized education for everybody at that level when they should be customized according to the challenges, the customs, the traditions of the people?
Yeah.
But parenting has been a major problem. And look, it is again also why I will commend President Mahama for looking the way of a lot of young men and women during his appointment. Because in today's world, it is moving so fast that it is not to undermine or underplay the relevance of the old age or our old folks. But before you know it, you think you know it all. But your child who is very young knows a lot you just do not know. And so if you always concentrate too much that, oh, you are the elderly, you know it all, you will be shocked at what is happening beneath you. And so having a lot of young appointees also means that the young can associate, can belong, and can identify, and therefore be able to tell that this is the trend going on. How many people above 50, 60 are on Snapchat?
Yeah.
How many people above 50, 60 are using TikTok? Meanwhile, a greater chunk of the young people you are talking of are there. The vices they are even committing, they even display it over there. So there is a need for us to really look at all of these things. There are times when we even begin to try to play politics with some, which is unfortunate. I recall when Sam George came up with the news of visiting certain sites require identification verification. This has been the case in the Western world. It is so we can only learn the best practices. Let us see what the best practices are. Learn from those ones. The ones that we believe are still our heritage, that we need to hold on to and will protect our identity and sanctity. We continue with that. Because today you go to the secondary schools, to the junior high schools. I have children in all, up to the tertiary. Okay. So you will be wondering, because what is happening now is you may not know what your child is doing there. He or she comes back home and is a very decent child at home. But when he or she goes out there, you have no idea. If somebody records them and show you, you'll be like, what?
You'll be shocked.
You'll be shocked. And so parenting plays a very integral role, and we must. Our teachers, who are also the secondary custodians of our children, play a major role, and we must have that interaction. It is the reason why I believe that even in schools we must bring back our PTA, the Parent-Teacher Association system.
Now it's been brought back.
It's there. Yeah. Which should help us, because scrapping of that really affected us in a very bad way. It affected us so much. And then the students themselves also. Yeah. It means that we need to be engaging them and relate with them in manners that they realize that social vices include the actions that they are engaged in. It requires the involvement of all of us in order to make sure that we eschew or we do away with this indiscipline which is creeping in and reaching a crescendo in our society.
Right. David.
Bro.
I'm sure you're a very worried man. I mean, that's, in your case, you're even a teacher.
Yes, I'm a teacher and I go through it every day.
What's happening?
You see, GES must sit up.
Okay.
There are certain things I believe that are contributing to this.
Okay.
One, now we don't repeat a student. Two, you can't just sack a student.
You don't repeat students again?
No, we don't repeat students again.
Hold on. As a matter of government policy.
Yes.
That even if you fail,
we don't repeat.
How?
You don't repeat students. And now even a student can
so
decide.
what's the motivation for a student to learn?
No, it's part of it now. No, maybe you ask me going, you come.
Wow. Since when?
Oh, it's been there for some time now.
Really?
And one thing is that
And what's the reason for this?
I don't know. 2.
Wow.
Even if a student stays home for a whole semester and come the next semester and you are registering students, you have no right to take him off. You have to register that student.
Wow.
So there are students who don't come to school at all. They just come and register. And write and leave. There is no school that you go today that the teachers don't know the students who smoke. If you come to my school, I can enter this class and tell you this boy smokes, and not cigarettes, weed. This boy, this. Sometimes they will not come to school. And now we know certain people, Fridays, they won't come.
Wow.
And you will know where to find them on Fridays.
Wow.
But one thing is that who will try to correct this boy with a cane so that you'll be in trouble? No. That's why I said the whole thing ends with GS. Some of the policies are now pushing teachers away. So if there are disciplinary issues, you just refer to the disciplinary committee. If they handle it, not your case. If they don't handle it, you are doing your teaching. You don't have the right to cane. And weeding cannot be a source of punishment. Now, you see, I just showed you a video. A 14-year student, lady, in class with a sex toy.
14 means that's what, SS1 or JSS?
SS1.
Hold on. Bright, can we see that video? Bright, let's please watch that video.
Students in class, yes, holding a sex toy with the colleagues. This an
no, she's actually teaching them how to use it.
Yes.
Unbelievable.
If you're a teacher and you see this, the only thing you can do is refer this student to the disciplinary committee, to that management. However they handle it, it's not your case. At first, you bring this student before the entire students at assembly, whip this student, for them to know that you cannot do this in school.
Yeah, that's what we all went through.
But now you cannot do it. We all went through it. We were beaten at assembly, even when you are not going.
Yeah, we're lashed.
Some of my colleagues I remember today, they are in certain places. So when I see them, I say, you know, we helped you. They wouldn't come to school. Teachers sent the strong guys in the class. You go to their houses and bring them. Not that. In the way you go and meet them dressed, you bring them the same to the school. And they will sit there till we close. They will not even go for break. They will beat them at assembly, make them sit there. I have one old headmistress, Madame Felicia, she's still there. You say, you are not a son or a daughter of your mother alone. You are my son too. You are my daughter too. So I'll train you if your mother will not train you. You come to school every day.
How do we know if the measures that were adopted in the past, I can say during our time, I went to senior high in the 90s. I don't know about you and
late 90s and completed early 2000s.
Okay, in my case, early 90s.
Okay.
Right. Now, how do we know if the measures that were adopted during our time where we're lashed, but pretty much the same generation, right?
Yeah.
So we're lashed at assembly, you know, sometimes we're meant to kneel down and so on and so forth. How do we know it made us better than the children we're raising today? How do we know?
You see, knowing is the products that are coming out.
Okay.
During our days.
But we still have corrupt people in our society. We still have dirty people in our society.
We will live with it till thy kingdom comes. From creation, corruption has been there. Adam wanted to corrupt Jesus, God himself. That is the woman you gave me, who gave me these fruits.
Right.
So that's why it has been there in existence.
Right.
But better products came out. If you check the numbers, you see that quality products came out of those.
Are you saying the products of those days are more morally upright as compared to the products we're telling us today?
Far better.
Because during our time, we still had we had friends who used to smoke.
That is it. But you see, they were hiding it.
Well, that's true.
Yes.
It was a big deal to be seen.
I had mates in my class who were smoking. But a lot of even the mates didn't know.
Didn't know.
To even the level of teachers and management. But today I'm telling you, some headmasters can tell you, this my boy's books. And sometimes when you see them,
and the students don't care because you can't do them for good.
That is it. So now, break time. At first, you could prevent break time. There's the boundary. Now, sometimes some people go for break, they wouldn't even come back. You can't claim them.
Hey.
This is also I'm telling you that some of the things that are happening. You see now, one thing that I believe parents should do to help their wards. When you send your child to a school, try to identify a teacher.
Okay, David, I beg you. Let me steal your time small. You know, you are the only one that can steal your time. Eli won't allow me. You know, the first before the matter had small. So let me speak to Francis Abua.
That's good.
Francis Abua is the PRO of Narcotics, which is Narcotic Control Commission. Francis, good morning. Thanks for joining us.
Good morning.
Good. You've been very busy. I mean, since this matter, but we noticed
very, very busy this morning.
Yes, and I noticed it's in almost all the papers. But let's talk about this particular one because you don't have all day. We also don't have all day. I mean, we've always known. I mean, back in the day when I was in school. Well, I'm not going to mention the name of my school, but back in the day when I was in school, we still had a few friends who took up to smoking and so on. They were smoking weed, and of course they would do it. You know, they would conceal it. They would hide somewhere and go and do it and come. I mean, you can only smell it on them. So if today you're telling us that there's a certain, you're saying you're raising concerns over the increasing infiltration of drug networks within tertiary and second cycle institutions. What are you referring to? And why must we be worried?
Yes, we have to be worried because we have future leaders, we have future generations who are supposed to be getting training, who are supposed to be getting knowledge, who are supposed to be future leaders of our country. If majority of them are using drugs, then what it means is that literally we might not have a future for our beautiful country, Ghana. Because if majority of them are coming out and they're coming out as people with drug use disorders, they are coming out with people who have issues in terms of how they think and all of that, then it's going to affect us as a country. If they're coming out as people, they're coming to our various families and all the things, all the resources that we've spent on them, they come back and they're still becoming a burden on the family, then we have to be worried. So that is why we're saying that the effect of these drug use amongst young people, it's something that all of us, all well-meaning Ghanaians, parents, teachers, media, everybody has to be concerned because the rippling effect that it would have on us, it is not going to be only their families, but it can be for our communities and our nation as a whole. And you ask that these people are infiltrating because what we know is that young people are curious. Young people always want to try new things. They want to belong, peer pressure and all of those things. And they realize that we're now having large communities of these young people in schools. So they're using that avenue as a place that they think that they can spread their businesses in letting these young people influence their peers negatively by selling some of these things to them. And it is a worry because of the things that I have mentioned earlier.
When did you find this out?
It's been there. When I say it's been there, I'm very sure it's somewhere 2019. At the time, Ministry of Interior, there was a committee that was set up to look into some of these things in school, and they brought their report as far back as 2019. But what we have seen increasingly is that they're using other things. They're using other things to not necessarily the raw, maybe cannabis or whatever, but they are using cannabis in different things. They're using it in their infuse it in drinks. even in ice creams, whatever they think that they can have, they would want to infuse it in it. And that is where it is worrying, because sometimes other people may know that this is where they're doing this and they're selling this here, but there are other people who may not know and will go and buy and have effects on some of these things. So it is something that it is increasingly becoming all out in our most of our schools.
What do you think is causing this, and how do we deal with it? What are some of the measures that NARCOC intends to put in place to deal with this surge in the use of narcotics drugs by our first and second cycle, students in first and second cycle institutions? Because that quite clearly is worrying.
Yes, it is, and I'm happy about this question, because what NARCOC is doing is combining drug prevention, education, and also enforcement. When I say enforcement, just about last week, we all read that NARCOC arrested some 5 people at a university. It is an enforcement activity that we did because we realized that they were selling, they were doing business with it, and therefore we needed to go in and make that arrest. Aside that, we also think that enforcement alone cannot win the fight, and therefore there's a need for us to look out for avenues, look out for people, look out for means that we can increase awareness, increase education for these young people. My Director General always says that he's not too worried about a 60-year-old who wants to do drugs, but he's worried about that young 15-year-old, 18-year-old who is using the drugs and maybe does not know why he or she is using the drug. So what we are doing now is that we've created what we call drug-free clubs. We know that peer-to-peer education is very, very effective. And therefore, what we've done is that we've created these drug-free clubs in second cycle institutions. And all we're doing is that we're empowering them, we're giving them skills that will be able to cope with these negative peer pressure. And we're also giving them the opportunity to influence their peers positively. Even as we're speaking now, we have increased the formation of these drug-free clubs in our second cycle schools. What we're also doing is that we're partnering with Ghana Education Service and then the Ministry of Education. Just last week, we had the opportunity to meet with Honorable Minister for Education, and he's giving out his blessing about everything that we can do together to make sure that we train our children and we give them skills that they'll be able to cope when the pressure is high. We've also trained just yesterday, a day before yesterday, that was 23rd, that was Tuesday, we organized seminar and training for guardians and counselors and guardians in second cycle schools across all the 16 regions of our country. We selected 50 schools in each region, and we've given those counselors skills of identifying early use. We've given them skills where they'll be able to counsel people who are especially using drugs and how they can help them cope, and also to make sure that they seek professional help when they identify some of these children. So these are some of the interventions that NARCOC is putting out. It is not going to be a one-time thing. It is something that we're collaborating with the Education Ministry and also Ghana Education Service to make sure that we increase awareness as far as the effect of these drug use is concerned in our second cycle and even in our tertiary institutions.
You may also be interested in figuring out the supply chain. Who is selling these drugs to these students? Who are they? Where are they? Do they have a license to sell these drugs?
No, they don't have license. Absolutely. Because it is an illegal activity, yes. And therefore they could not have license.
Yes.
But one thing that we should know, that is why some time ago, national security, I think it's still there. They said that if you see something, say something. The people who are selling these drugs to our young people, they are in our communities. They are people, they live in our communities. People know them. And what we are saying is that once you know that people are doing this and is affecting our young people, report them. Report them to the appropriate security agencies so that those people can be dealt with. The young ones who are doing it, when they get to a point where they can't do anything for themselves, NACOC is there to offer support and help. Those ones, we see them as people who need help. We treat it as a public health issue. But that person who is supplying is obviously not a public health issue, and therefore that person will be arrested and be dealt with by law. So there are people who live in our communities that we need to give information to. NACOC, the work we do, and most security agencies, we thrive on information. And therefore, we would encourage our communities, we will encourage people that once you get to know, report it so that the appropriate security agency can deal with the issue.
Finally, Francis, and I want you to be very brief about this. I mean, a viewer of the show has just sent me a very, very important information. I just want to run it by you. We're told, and of course it's on my jaw online, that cannabis-infused egg and pepper and ice cream are now being sold on university campuses.
Let me say this.
Yes.
That is why NACOC is leaving any stone unturned, because it is something that is creeping. It is something that is coming. Just last weekend, my son, who is at one of these universities, came home for a family gathering. And he said that, Dad, I read that you've gone to Central University to arrest students who are doing this. And I said, yes, because it's illegal. And he said that, but it's everywhere. That is what he told me. He said that, but Dad, campus is everywhere. So it is something that people who are doing it are trying to find ways, trying to find avenues, trying to find products that they think that they can infuse this cannabis into it so that they can sell it to people. And we are saying that it is illegal. And NACOC will not sit idle for people to benefit in terms of finances and at the detriment of our young people. That is why we're going after, in terms of enforcement, we're going after those people. And I'm sure that the one we did at Central University is just the beginning. And my boss said something yesterday that wherever any intelligence will lead us, no matter where it is, we will follow. And no matter where it is, we will act on it.
This is serious. Francis, thank you very much for your time.
We are most grateful, and we're happy that sometimes we can talk about some of these things. We believe that the media has a huge role in these fights, especially when it comes to drug demand reduction, where we can educate our young people to the point that they know that even if I know that this egg is cannabis infused, I won't take it because it would have some consequences on my personal health in my future. I think that we need to work together, media, the commission, and all Ghanaians, so that we'll be able to make sure that we bring this to the very, very barest minimum.
That's serious. Anyway, so there's a, thank you very much, Francis, but let me just read this briefly. Good morning, Moro. This drug in schools started a long time ago. I was taught to smoke by my teacher. That was in 1984 at the primary level. When I went to secondary school, I continued to smoke with one of the head of departments. So it started a long time ago. Another issue with me, my female teachers actually broke my virginity. How? He said his female teachers broke his virginity. Rafat. Wow. His female teacher broke his virginity. I think at this junction, let's do our community watch. Watch this.
The water is so much. We are pleading. Look at this statue. These are identities of our town. Our Togbi. This is supposed to be a walkway, but it's all flooded. We are pleading for assistance. This is supposed to be a road, but overflows from the lagoon have flooded it. We need some sort of construction here. We need so much help. The flood takes over the whole place. I believe if the road is constructed well, floodings won't happen again or get to this extent.
Yes, we told you, we begged you, we requested that you send us videos of the problems in your community. You started already, we're grateful. So the one you just watched as part of our community watch is residents demanding opening of the Haveji floodgate to curb perennial flooding. And you saw the gentleman there who was talking about what flooding is doing to their community. Well, there's one more. Bright, do we have the time to play the second one? Okay, all right, that's fine. So this was a report which was by Trust Kwekwe. I hope I got that's Kwekwe. He did this from a location called Fiazo. I hope I got that correctly, in the Aglor district close to the Alakble. Alakble, okay, all right. So let's go back to our schools. And find out what our schools are doing. Oh no, just a second. Just a second. I need to do this pretty quickly. We need to go back to our schools and find out what it felt like back in the day when we were in senior high. And the man who takes us on that memory lane is with us here. Kwesi.
Yes, so good morning.
How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm in good, better, best.
Yes. What time it is?
Well, it's time for the school's homecoming right here on Metro.
Yeah, but we're not going back to school to see students smoking weed and all kinds
of things. It's so bad. I mean, the numbers are just increasing on every day. I mean, you just can't tell why it is going this way. Because initially, where we were in school, what we were told is what we do. But then these days in school, the students have more power than the teachers. Right. They are able to tell a teacher that I will beat you up. And then they form a gang and they go ahead to do that. Nowadays, it's so hard for you to even have a gang to say that, okay, we're going to get this teacher and then beat this teacher. What is actually making them behave this way? I mean, these are some of the drugs that we've been talking about. And from last week, we've been talking about this. But then let me quickly speak to your panelists. Good morning to you, Honorables. And good to have you on the School's Homecoming show, which will be coming on in some few moments to come. Let me quickly ask you this. When we spoke earlier on with the expert concerning the drug abuse and so on, one of the things that came to mind for me to ask you has to do with parents. What do you think, or what steps do you think parents are supposed to take immediately so that we can curb this drug indiscipline and an abuse that students of today are just so much into? I mean, it's everywhere, just like what Moro read earlier on concerning students telling the father that it's everywhere. It's everywhere. You can't run away from it. So what do you think parents should do, I mean, counting from now?
The first thing is that parenting is about responsibility. If you cannot be responsible, don't give birth to a child.
Yeah.
And so if you will not be ready to be responsible, don't try bringing a child to this earth. Then the second thing is to be involved and participatory in the upbringing of these children. It is understandable that economic pressures, social life, etc., has some way detached parents even from their children. But there's the need for us to be involved in their upbringing, know what their likes are, know who is even bullying them in school, who is confusing them, who is trying to influence them negatively or positively, know their teachers, know their friends, what are their likes. So you don't need to only know your children that this is Kofi. Kofi's birthday is so and so, and he's no. We need to know more about our children. And yes, that's very clear.
All right, so let me come.
What I will add is that, as a practicing teacher, one thing that I want parents to do is that when you send your child to school, try to identify one teacher and leave your child in his or her care.
Yeah.
Such teachers care about those students as their children. So in our school, there are some students, when they are doing anything untoward, you will not call the parent, but you have a teacher
to reach out.
This, your ward is doing this. They deal with them. There are some who will every day go to check up on them in class.
Right.
Is the person there? What is he doing? They will even ask the class teachers.
Yeah.
If the behavior of that child. That helps a lot for now.
Yeah.
That is the start of it. That let a teacher take responsibility of your ward in the school.
Okay.
They will keep, so that always you will be calling to check up.
Okay.
Not the student, but from the teacher. How is your son doing? Give that recognition. How is your daughter doing? Or then they will tell you. Sometimes the student will tell you something. You can ask that teacher. You may see it's not true.
Yeah, it's not true.
Some student can leave campus and tell you the school is doing this, we are doing this. Sometimes they will not be in school. You tell them we are doing sports. So, but it may not be a sports time.
Yeah.
Okay. So when you leave your child in the care of a particular teacher,
proper one.
That person takes very good care of the child. Because I was shocked when just last week when they completed the exams. Girls' school, because they have finished, they were sharing Adonko 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, alcohol. Yeah.
Alcohol.
And they were happy about it.
They were so happy sharing. Everybody carrying the disposable cup, going to take hers. Alcohol. Over 40% alcohol.
Yeah.
Then the young ladies, 15, 14, were sharing it.
And they don't care. I mean, they don't care.
They have completed SHS.
Right.
Their papers, scripts are not marked. They don't know what they are going to get. But they are happy sharing. And if a student is celebrating with alcohol in the school,
today,
what happens when he leaves the school?
That's a good question.
To the house.
It's going to be a bomb.
Can I still just a minute of your time, as I always do?
All right, let me do
it. I'm the only one who has the right to steal time.
Sure, go ahead.
Yes. Now, the Office of the Registrar of Companies wishes to inform all companies and business owners and the general public that the deadline for filing annual returns and renewing business names has been extended from 30th April to 30th June. Now, this extension is to enable you regularize your status and also avoid penalties, Now, failure to comply by the new deadline may attract sanctions and including additional fees and possible removal from the company's register. Already, we're told 318 companies, that's in 318 companies, have been earmarked to be struck off the register. If you want to know more, please call the number 0308-249841. 0308-249841. You can just reach us on our social media handle at ORC Ghana. ORC, a trusted partner in business. And then finally, Kwesi, I can still, so another 30 seconds. Discover MNC Group. They are your number one partner in minerals and food commodity trading, real estate development, general logistics, procurement, management consultancy, investment advisory, import and export. They have headquarters in East Legon, Accra, Ghana. They also have offices in Dubai, Hong Kong, and Guangzhou in China. They also have some in Germany, in Italy, and also in America. So essentially what this company does is that they would connect markets that would drive your business growth with tailor-made solutions that will meet your needs. Call them on 0302-998-246. So 0302-998-246 or 0265-505-337. MNC Group, totally reliant. Kwesi,
yes,
I've got some messages for you. Some
messages, all right, go ahead.
They say they admire you, so let me just read this message for you. Yes.
Go ahead.
Yes. They're saying, good morning, Moro. With regards to the topic you're discussing concerning the falling standards of discipline in our second cycle schools, it was introduced when the free senior high policy was introduced. Headmasters were warned not to allow discipline in their schools unless they get approval from their father. Or approval from either the regional or the district office. Teachers could or cannot dismiss students no matter the crime their student commits. Do you know that a student admitted in Form 1 will never step in school from the very day he or she was admitted, but only resurface during the final year registration? Unbelievable. Yet, headmasters have no option than to register their child. The former ministers for education, especially Napo and Ejuchu, did not help at all, but the current minister has not done anything about it, and I don't think this has even crossed his mind. And then finally, I want to read this, and then you can. Master Planner Junior says that please extend my special regards to the strategic and dynamic and uncontestable Regional Secretary, Honorable David Boache. It's always a pleasure listening. God bless and protect him always. Master Planner Junior Policy Analyst from Kentampo. And Sam Aku Kelly says, Moro, are you surprised about this? How can a student who hasn't passed his or exams not be repeated? Where lies the motivation for such a child to learn hard? Those are some of the Kufuor's legacies inherited in the free exchange program. This policy and many others definitely require resetting. We're gradually destroying the future of our children by the introduction of such obnoxious policies, and it's terrible. And this one, a flooding incidents being recorded in some parts of the Western North are becoming increasingly worrying. The extent of destruction to property, livelihoods, and the displacement of affected residents should be a major concern for all of us. It's becoming increasingly apparent that Galamsey activities are significantly contributing factor to some of these recent flooding cases. It's truly saddening to witness the hardship being endured by affected communities, and it serves as a reminder that the cost of environmental destruction is ultimately borne by ordinary citizens. That's Gideon Ejepo, MPP Western North Regional Youth Organizer. And McLean says that, oh, McLean, you're still talking about Galamsey. We're not discussing Galamsey today, unfortunately, so we'd have to end it here and say that, oh, sorry, Papa Bisu. There's a short one from Papa Bisu. He says that I'm shocked to hear these days GS no longer repeats non-performing students. That's very bad policy, which can negate the progress of the country. The NDC government, headed by His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, must reverse this negative policy immediately. The resetting agenda must see to that. Greetings to His Excellency John Mahama, the Vice President, Chief of Staff, Julius Deborah, and the Bank of Ghana Governor, Dr. Johnson Pandit A. Siama. All right, so I guess that would have to end it here. But if you thought, that it is only, how do you call it, hard drugs, as in cannabis and weed, which is being smoked. Now I want you to watch this video before you come in.
All right.
It's not food. It's not Yo, where's the coke? Mix some, give me. Where? Mix some, give me. Thank you, boss. There's space around. You guys are drunk also. Only small. It's not food. It's not
Well, we took our children to school to learn. This is what they're doing. They're drinking alcohol and smoking weed, and that's how they intend to graduate when they write their final exams. And then I'm sure that the parents will come and gift them cars and bouquet and flowers and all that kind of thing, in addition to the weed and the alcohol they're taking. Anyway, gentlemen, I want to thank you very much for joining us. It's been wonderful talking to you. And today there's not going to be World Cup Digest because of the school's homecoming program. But I will be very interested to find out from your guest who will be joining us. Which schools are coming today?
St. Mary's and then also Accra High.
Okay, St. Mary's and Accra High.
Yeah.
Let them tell you how things used to be back in the day when they were...
Yeah, we're going to be talking about that. All right, so
yes.
Thank you all very much. Thank you very much, panelists. Thank you very much also, and Mo, thank you very much. It's time for the School's Homecoming. Just give us some few minutes. We'll be back with the School's Homecoming right here on Metro TV.
Finding my dream apartment in just 2 days was a breeze with 7terragh.com. Looking for your next home, the perfect piece of land, or the best commercial property for your business? Are you worried about sending money home for property and finding nothing when you return? Well, worry no more. 7terragh.com is just a platform to find prime lands